Hey, it's Andrew with CarCam Central. We review dash cameras, and we're back with our top 3 premium recommendations for 2017. Full disclosure, we borrowed the Street Guardian camera, and the other two were provided as review samples. Our recommendations are based off the extensive research and tests we've done. If you haven't seen our top 100 budget camera picks, watch that video first. It'll give you context for what a $200 camera improves on and if that matters for you. So, let's get started. The main reason for getting a premium camera is that you get both reliability and performance, not just one or the other, as with our budget picks. This is especially important if you live in hot environments. That's why my number one pick for any driver is the $250 Vicovation OPIA2, as it has the best combination of heat resistance, performance, and functionality in a single lens dash camera. The OPIA2 is the only premium camera with a capacitor that can rotate 360 degrees. This is to capture anything like accidents, road rage, or the faces of drivers on the side of your vehicle. I've linked a few videos captured by drivers in the description that shows why this matters. Most premium cameras that rotate like this Garmin 20 have lithium-ion batteries. We think at premium prices, your camera should have a capacitor so you get a product that lasts. Speaking of lasting longer, the OPIA 2 has one of the highest operating temperature limits at 65 degrees Celsius, 167 Fahrenheit. This means Vicovation has confidence it'll work in much hotter conditions compared to the typical 60 degrees Celsius in most budget cameras. This requires better components and manufacturing. We tested the OPIA 2 in our hack thermal chamber at 65 degrees Celsius for an hour. It was fully functional and there was no shift in focus, which happens in cheaper cameras. We don't suggest you run your camera anywhere close to these temperatures as it reduces the lifespan. From our research, good premium cameras last longer compared to budget cameras. While companies like VFO are no slouch, good brands like Vicovation can invest more time and resources into quality control and assembly to deliver cameras that, on average, have a longer lifespan. The OPIA 2 is more noticeable compared to wedge cameras, but is still fairly stealthy due to its black color. Its shape is obscured when using the quick release bracket, which allows the installation of a 52mm circular polarizer. This reduces glare from your windshield and is cheap as $10 for the Amazon Basics model. You also get a suction and 3M tape mount. This is especially helpful for professional drivers. You can use the tape mount in your main vehicle and the suction mount to move it around. There is an optional GPS dongle, but is expensive at $30 to $40, plus it's another object to install and cabling to hide. Most drivers can skip this accessory. Looking at video quality, so far I haven't found a camera that is better. As a good comparison, the OPIA 2 improves on the VFO A119, which is our top value pick and has amazing video quality. Both share the same 1440p video resolution, but the OPIA 2 has improved dynamic range, which means better clarity under heavy backlighting so you can see into the shadows. It also has faster exposure corrections, which means the video won't suddenly white out like other cameras. At night, the level of details is the best I've seen. That's the result of good engineering and is mounted further from your windshield, which reduces glare. Still, I don't want to mislead anyone. At night, you can't capture license plates of rapidly moving vehicles. No camera can do that right now. The technology isn't available yet. It is a good choice for parked recording, as it automatically turns on motion detection or time-lapse if you haven't moved for 5 minutes. Unfortunately, it lacks buffered recording, which saves a few seconds of video before motion was detected, but from my test, the algorithm was fairly reliable in picking up pedestrians and close-by vehicles. When I first reviewed this camera, my only major problem was with error notifications, but that has been fixed with a firmware update. Now, you'll be notified with both an audio and an on-screen alert, which is fantastic. I want to be clear with the differences over the A119 so you can decide if it's worth the cost. Here's a summary screen that you can pause and shows the main reason why the OPIA 2 is my number one overall pick for single lens cameras. I hope you can make a more informed decision if you're wondering if you should upgrade. My second choice is the $200 Street Guardian SG9665GC. This is your pick if you need a stealthier camera or find value with its proven reliability and amazing support from the manufacturer. The Street Guardian looks and works similarly to the $50 A118, but the hardware is much better for improved performance and heat resistance. On the front, it uses an f2.0 glass lens, and on the inside has an upgraded processor, sensor, and PCB board. Street Guardian has added many useful accessories I haven't found elsewhere, which include vibration-reducing foam pads and a card reader for your PC and Android phone. The camera was released in early 2015 and has been continually upgraded. We're holding the second version with the third revision now released, which has electronic and lens upgrades, better video quality, and a free circular polarizer, which is a nice $15 value. Looking at the video quality, it's good, but no longer as great as before. The SG9665GC uses an older sensor and processor. At night, the camera has good sharpness and dynamic range. It performs well under low light, which is what this camera is known for. The temperature limit at 70 degrees Celsius is lower than the OPIA2, but the SG9665GC is a year older and has a longer history of proven reliability under very hot weather. So far, few problems have popped up. There are two other drawbacks compared to the OPIA2. First, there's no automatic parking mode. You have to manually turn on motion detection on and off. Number two, and more critically, it has the same problems with air notifications as the A118 cameras. If you don't watch the LCD screen, you may miss that your camera has stopped working. I spoke with the CEO and I'm hoping it'll get fixed. I watched Street Guardian prove their claims of making and supporting their products and customers over many years. The SG9665GC is our first choice if you want a camera with proven reliability and great support from an excellent company. Otherwise, as much as I like the Street Guardian, you should get the OPIA2 as I think it's the better camera. Moving on to premium one-channel Wi-Fi cameras, we don't have a recommendation. Most of the cameras we found had a two-channel version which adds a rear camera that we felt was the better value. This is a separate camera that attaches to the main unit and provides a view out the rear windshield. This can be useful after an accident to show how the other driver's actions like tailgating or road rage affected your control of the vehicle. We didn't think the other Wi-Fi one-channel models was worth the added cost or the reduced video quality and heat resistance compared to the OPIA2. Still, we'll list options in the description if that's what you're looking for. Speaking of two-channel systems, our recommendation is the $400 Thinkware F770 for part recording. This replaces our older suggestion, the Blackview DR650GW2CH. Let's start with design. The F770 is one of the more discreet cameras compared to other dual-channel cameras. While it has a larger footprint, it looks a lot like a toll transponder, so it hides itself well. You might have noticed it has no LCD screen, so you'll need an iOS or Android phone in order to fully change all of its settings. It also allows you to transfer and view saved videos. I think both apps are good overall. You should find it easy to use. Like all dual-channel cameras, the F770 requires a cable in order to connect with the rear camera. The installation was fairly easy. It just takes some time to hide the cable for a clean appearance. If you want to use its parking features, you'll need Thinkware's hardwiring cable to connect the camera to your car's battery. We found the F770 uses less energy compared to most cameras by measuring the amperage and current using two multimeters and a 12-volt car battery. Against the DR650, the F770 uses 23% less energy. This means the Thinkware will have longer recording times before draining your battery. As well, there's other useful parking features. The F770 raises the recorded brightness at night as parking locations are often dark and halves the bitrate for increased recording time. This doesn't lower the video quality much in urban locations. It also gives you a vocal summary of any detected shocks or impacts after you turn on your vehicle so you can check for damage.
During parking mode, event detection recording 4 occurred.
When you combine the discreteness, efficiency, and other parking features, the F770 is my choice for a great dual-channel parking camera. However, if you only want to record your drive, the value may not be as good. The main reason is the lower video quality. While the F770 is better than other dual-channel cameras like the Blackview DR650GW, it pales in comparison to single-channel cameras like the Vicovation OPIA2. If we compare the front camera of the F770 against the Blackview DR650, we find both cameras are roughly equal, with the Thinkware improving on the dynamic range. The rear-facing camera is a different story. The F770 is way sharper and clearer compared to the Blackview. You can capture faces and license plates much easier, which can be helpful for any hit-and-run incidents. Still, even with these improvements, good single-channel cameras like the A119 will be much sharper and clear under all conditions. Dual-channel systems require more processing power, and right now, there's no cost-effective tech for manufacturers, so video quality will end up suffering. It's especially bad from the cameras I've seen under $250 American. Some users who want the best video quality felt using two separate cameras would be the better value, and I can agree. The only challenge is to power the rear camera, which requires you to buy accessories like a 25-foot cable extension, 12-foot socket splitter, and a USB charger. We'll release a guide on that in the future. Still, there are some advantages to using the F770 over two separate cameras that may tip the scales in its favor. First off is the easier installation and maintenance. Everything is included in the box and there's only one unit to maintain. You also get dual save technology. When the S770's G sensor is triggered, say from an accident, it makes a simultaneous backup of the video file on a separate internal memory chip, so you have two copies of anything important. There are no budget cameras which have this feature. You also get Wi-Fi, as well as increased reliability over many budget cameras. There's no best solution, so I hopefully have provided you with the information to make an informed decision on what you think is worth the money and effort. In the future, we'll be releasing more guides on parking mode and dual channel systems. Make sure to subscribe if you're interested. We also have links to updates, full reviews, and affiliate links to authorized retailers for the cameras we mentioned. And with that, that's the end of this guide. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it, and if you don't, you know what to do. Until next time, thanks for watching.